welcome to another episode of Yarn and Shenanigans. Kristin's face tells you how this day is going. So 16 episodes. That's insane and amazing. And I'm Amy. I am the perfectionist knitter. I like to use the yarn that's called for in the pattern, no shenanigans in knitting. It needs to be how the pattern's written. And yeah, that's just who I am.
I'm Kristin, and I'm the adventurous knitter. I love to change the pattern, change the yarns, change whatever I can get my hands on, and I love knitting new things that I've never knit before. So I love to have a good time learning and getting in trouble with my knitting and taking knitting out, and that's how I learn. And we're here as knitting buddies, and we want to share our shenanigans with you.
So many shenanigans.
So many.
Especially today.
Oh, yeah.
So this week's been a little crazy. We're clearly celebrating our February.
So,
yes. We matched.
Woo-hoo!
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose.
Just awesome. We're just that awesome.
We are. We are awesome.
Yeah.
But our love of knitting, our love of yarn, which is two completely different things if you understand.
Yes. Yes, it is. Because sometimes you love your yarn, but not your knitting.
That's true. But, yarn collecting sometimes is not always attached to the knitting. Sometimes you just collect the yarn because it's pretty. So we are celebrating all things we love in the fiber world.
Yes. And the end, I guess the beginning of a new week of work, and hopefully work is dying down a little bit for me. I'm so excited and ready. This end of year, beginning of year. So
I've had lots of time to knit, so I've been very productive, and we're going to see it in all the FOs that I have. So it's going to be great.
Kristin brought them over, and she literally just kept pulling them out. I finished this. And I'm like, I discovered Grey's Anatomy and had to rip back part of my knitting. So I'm still not done with my Pierre knit along, which is beautiful. And of course, Kristin's is amazing, but she changed the pattern. I have not changed the pattern, and yet I'm still behind. So that's like the story of our podcast for all of 2022, y'all. Wait, we're in 2023. 2023 is going to be my get back on the knitting train.
We are.
So yeah, and then next week I'm going to New Orleans for Mardi Gras.
How exciting.
Terrifying. And fun. So we're going to drive down on Friday and come back. We're either coming back on Monday or Tuesday. I don't really know. So yeah, I'm terrified and scared. My boss at work is from New Orleans. He's literally marked a map of streets we're not allowed to walk down after dark, which has been very helpful. Kim has ordered pepper spray. I'm like, where am I going to put the pepper spray? I'm not carrying a purse. And I've got some yarn stores on my radar.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie, you guys. I got lame, shiny, hot pants in 4 different colors, and I'm going to walk into your yarn store, and you're going to know it's me. Oh, yeah, that's Amy. She told me she was going to be wearing gold lame pants.
So the next podcast is going to be all about Amy's acquisitions.
Oh, yes.
It's going to be great.
Because I'm not on a yarn diet anymore.
Yay!
Woo-hoo! Sorry, I'm really excited about that. Although, I think the year of yarn dieting has made me, not want to order quite so frequently, because I've only ordered 1 skein.
I know, I'm quite amazed.
3 skeins in for the whole year, which is what? But, I haven't had that much knitting time, so
that's true.
That could be some of it. But I did order a skein for my next project.
Oh, that's great.
So.
All right, let's look at FOs.
Oh.
Let's start with that one.
0 for me. It's Kristin's time.
So this is the one that I've been working on. It was whipped last time. This is the Killarone Shawl.
It's beautiful, Kristin.
By Erin, Clayton. And I think that it's turned out really nicely.
Yeah, David Bonet really appreciates it.
Yeah.
It's so soft.
It is. And
so
this
soft.
is from Handmade in Fine Yarns. The yarn, they were remnants. So I don't even know the color. It wasn't on the label or anything, but I do know it's 100% BFL. Oh. So that is the Killarone shawl that I finally finished.
Yay!
So happy about that. I got a whip done that has been a whip for years. This was meant to be my first intarsia project. I was going to teach myself how to do intarsia with this, and then a baby blanket happened that was much more time sensitive. So I learned intarsia on a ginormous baby blanket instead of this hat. So I finally finished this hat years later. So here's the hat. This is called the Koko Hat by Shiny Superhero.
Kristin, you did such a good job on the color work. I know you say that it's not your strong point, but this is phenomenal.
So I really like this pattern. It has multiple sizes, and it was a fun knit. You know, intarsia always has its challenges, just like any other type of type of yarn or type of knitting. But I learned a lot, and I'm not ruling out making another one. So we'll see, because I think it turned out really cute.
It is really, really cute.
All the yarn is from my stash. These were leftovers, stash busting. This was a mini yarn from a Advent or a Valentine's. What do you call those? Where you have the Advent kits where you open one at a time. This yarn dyer did it for Valentine's Day last year.
Nice.
So this was a mini skein, and this was some leftovers. This is leftovers. So yeah, I thought it turned out really nicely.
Did you do? I like the brim is like folded over, so it's like super thick. I like that. Right,
and that was part of the pattern. You were supposed to make the brim a different color, but I didn't.
No, I like it.
So that's the Koko Hat, and it is out of my whip pile. I'm very excited.
Woo-hoo!
One less whip in the whip pile. And then, do you want to show our two? We did a knit along.
We did.
So after the last episode, Amy's like, Kristin, you want to knit a shawl together? And I said, sure. So let's pick one out. And she wanted to do Stephen West.
We did pick a Stephen West.
We picked the Pierre shawl.
This is mine. It's in the works still because Dr. McDreamy.
So let's get it closer.
Yeah. This is not my usual color scheme, but I'm really liking it.
It's not, but it looks great.
Thanks.
So she's got 3 of the colors going. Have you started on the 4th yet?
No.
Okay.
There's the 4th. It's going to pop that red right in, so I think it's going to be amazing. This is the Pierre.
Yep. So. And so this is how it's supposed to look.
I mean, it kind of looks the same as yours right now, but it's going to have a...
Right.
I'll have it finished next podcast. I'm going to work on it during the Super Bowl tomorrow.
So this is supposed to be a 4-color fade shawl, is how he designed it, and then I did something else.
But yours is really pretty.
Oh, do we want to tell what your yarns are?
Yeah. So I'll pull this back out so you guys can see. So this color is Madeline Tosh Antique Lace. And I actually really like this color as a neutral because it's kind of got a brown tint to it instead of a gray. So it's a great color if you're looking for something more brown than like a gray or like a spot on white. It's like just that kind of antique. Well, it's antique lace, so it makes sense. This color is from a dyer here in Charlotte. It is a fiber studio at Yarns to Die For, and the color name is Bog. Like B-O-G-G. What is that? Like a swampy? Yeah. I don't think that's the greatest color name because that makes me think of a swamp, clearly. But, that's okay. And then this color down here it is. Here's a skein. So you guys can kind of see it's got that, like, antique lace color, a little bit of the bog, and, like, an orangey and some red. This is Zen Gardens
Sweet Nothings.
Sweet Nothings. And then this last color, which is the red. Thanks, Kristin, for writing that down. She's the organizational one. This is a Madeline Tosh called the Fox. They don't make this colorway anymore. I just went to my stash and kind of pulled it out. But I think that's going to really pop that. So, yeah. And I'll have a ton left over for something else.
You will.
Yeah. So all DK weight, which is great. And you'll see in Kristin's, like, I think the weight of this shawl makes it have a really nice drape to it. Like, it helps. Yeah.
So this is.
Here's what it's supposed to look like. Finished.
Well, no, this is what mine looks like. So this is the Pierre. This is a hand-dyed yarn that I bought as a souvenir yarn in Colorado from Bliss Yarn and Fiber. It's called Blush, and it's baby alpaca, silk, and cashmere. So this is super duper soft. It is amazing.
It is really soft.
It is.
So Kristin, I want to ask you a question because I'm here at this point. So I'm here at this section,
right?
And I noticed that you pulled the color in.
I did,
and I really like that because I don't think the pattern called for that.
It doesn't.
And I'm kind of rethinking that. And while I'm at it, I might rip back a couple rows and throw that in because I do really like that.
I like it because it echoes what you did up here.
It does. It
does.
does.
And in mine, since I just did a 3-color, I reversed the colors where the gray was the background here, and the grays are the garter rib on this one. So I just reversed it on this, and with the 3-color, I think it worked really well.
It is really nice.
This gray, I have no idea what it is. I didn't have ball band. This all came out of my stash, but it's really super soft, so I bought something really nice that I don't remember what it is. Mm-hmm. And then this blue is a Barocco Vintage DK. And then I also changed the bind off, and it doesn't call for a tubular bind off, but I used the blush to do a tubular bind off on the edge.
That's really pretty.
Which I think nicely accentuates the really pretty wave on the action on the back.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
So this is Pierre. This is my finished one.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
So really happy with how that turned out.
Yeah, I am too.
Now
I'm going to go back and rip out my section. And that's okay. Super Bowl's tomorrow, you guys. I'm going to have some time in front of the TV.
It was interesting because I went and I thought, why does he alternate?
Make it pop, yeah.
Why does he not alternate on that one, but he alternates on the first one? So I went back onto Ravelry and I looked at other people's projects. There's over a couple thousand because it's a Stephen West. And there were some people who alternated the color and some people who didn't, because I was like, am I reading the pattern wrong?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, they can do it. And then I had originally bought one skein for the 4th color because I'm like, I'm going to follow the pattern. It calls for 4. Let me get the 4th one. And I started with the 4th color and I didn't like it. And it was in between the gray and the dark blue. It just didn't do what I wanted it to do.
Yeah.
So I, just completely took it out and I reorganized the colors. So all of the knitting, the pattern itself, the stitches are as written except for the tubular bind off.
Except for the colors, yeah.
And then just the color organization I changed.
Yeah. Well, beautiful. So
I'm very happy with it, and it's so soft. Oh my gosh. That baby alpaca silk cashmere is just
yeah. And you guys, we're currently in the midst of a weird weather situation, which is why Kristin is in a t-shirt and I am in a sweatshirt. Because you just don't know what to dress, because I think tomorrow it's maybe gonna snow, but today it's like 67.
We're up and down.
So this is a good shawl for us here because it's still light and drapey, but it covers you. So, yeah,
it's really nice.
Yeah.
All right, so then I have stepped into Amy's
boy
area.
I'm gonna take a drink for this one.
And I made a sock.
Yay!
Amy is a sock knitter.
I
am not.
Socks are my favoriteest.
But I found a pattern specifically written for 9-inch circulars. And I'm like, I'm going to try them since this sock is the pattern specifically written for 9-inch circulars, which is what I want to use. So I did, and I have finished.
Yay!
My first sock.
Woohoo!
The blocker is a bit small for this.
That's because it's my blocker and I have tiny feet.
So the pattern is literally called Vanilla Socks on 9-inch Circulars. Name a pattern. It is by the Crazy Sock Lady Designs, and her name is Kay Litton. And the yarn that I used is Mad Tosh. The base is Twist Light, and the color is Infrared Sky. Once again, one of the skeins that I stash dove, and I have already started the second sock.
It's beautiful, Kristin.
So I was thrilled with this pattern. It worked out really well. It was top down, so it's a top down pattern. The toes got a little futzy, I would say, at the very end. You're supposed to change to DPNs, and I didn't. I had a second 9-inch circular.
Oh.
So I basically kind of did the 2 circular, or the flexi, what does Eddie call them? The flexi flips, the flexi needles.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Kind of a homemade version of that to do the toe. I might do a little bit differently next time. We'll see. But I did this whole sock is completely by the pattern because I want to see how does it fit.
Yeah.
And I would rather make it by the pattern, and then I can make adjustments if I make it again, which I will. I love this heel. I've made socks before in worsted, and I made a sock in fingering one other time, and I tore it out because I had holes and things because it was a you add later heel. What do you call those? Afterthought heel, and it didn't work out so well, and I had holes and what have you. So I took it all out, and it fit okay. But this fits the gusset heel flap fits my foot really, really well. I really like this heel for myself, and the measurement and everything came out really nicely for me, so I'm very happy about this. One of the things that I did use that made my life so much easier was I have the sock ruler.
I have to get one of those.
I bought one of these. I bought this years and years ago. It says www.sockruler.com. That's where you can find it, and it was really nice to be able to put this in the heel, and then I could measure exactly where I needed to stop before I started the toe. It worked beautifully. I'm sure it works beautifully for toe up also, but this was a real game changer, and it's going to help me make that second sock identical, which, is a challenge for me.
Oh, yeah.
So I really loved using this to help with the measurement of the sock, and her pattern was perfect for my foot, and it came out, all the things that she said in the pattern were helpful. So I'm really thrilled, and I'm working away on the second one. So
nice.
Really happy about that. And once you've done it with the 9-inch circular, once you know how it works and stuff, now I can go back and look at other sock patterns and adjust it to how I want to make it.
Well, it is really nice after you make the first one because you know how many stitches you need to fit your foot, right. How long to go.
Exactly.
It kind of gives you that general, so that when you move on to other sock patterns, you can go, oh, well, this pattern says 64 stitches, but I'm 56 stitches, so I know I need to decrease somewhere. Yeah.
Because I'll probably make shorter socks, but I really wanted to see exactly how her pattern turned out for my foot. So, I'm really happy. I'm really excited. I don't have holes in the heel, which makes me very happy. The toe is okay. It's not perfect, but it's okay. And I, have ideas about how I can, adjust what I'm doing to make it a little bit better. Not that there's anything wrong with the pattern. It's how I'm knitting it. So, that was my learning curve.
That's fantastic.
This last time. So, I'm very happy with that. And I told you what the yarn was. Yeah. So I think that's all of my finished objects. We've done your whip.
Yep. So you guys, I went upstairs into the craft room and looked at all of my whips that had been in the naughty corner, and I ripped them all out.
Really?
I did.
Oh my word!
I had the Vertices United.
You ripped it all out?
Section 3, and I picked it up to start it and see if I really wanted to knit it, and I did not. And I ripped it out. So.
You know what? I'm 100% proud of you.
They were just in the corner and sat, and I just was, no.
I think that's fantastic.
The one exception to that was the cowl that I'm making that has all my sock leftovers.
Right.
I did not rip that out because that's going to go for I'm going to die and leave that to grandchildren kind of thing. Actually, that would be an amazing gift for my grandchildren.
Yeah.
If I ever had any. But someone in my family will get that when I die. But that's the one exception to that. But yeah, I have no whips except what's currently on the needle. So I felt like that gave me a fresh start.
Yes.
And I don't have anything man, I really need to finish that Vertices United or Like, I had a blanket that I was doing the strips on. I'd had that thing like 5 years. My COVID dream was to get that done, and I didn't do it. I didn't want to do it, and I was just like,
I'm not gonna do knitting it. Needs to be, if it's a hobby, we need to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And not this, I have to do. No.
So I did. I don't have any whips except this one. There's nothing hanging over me. I think I have a pair of, there's one pair of socks that need a heel. But that's like, that was my January, like, afterthought. But yeah, I didn't want it hanging over me anymore. So, ripped them all out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. Just
good for you.
Put it on the yarn swift and let it go. So yeah, that's what I did this month in between.
Good.
I was like, I'm going to go back and do
that's a fantastic thing to do. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's like when you don't wear clothes for like 6 months and you just got to be like, let it go.
Right.
I had an Elsa moment. Just let it go.
Show us your acquisitions.
That's right, you guys. I bought yarn. Okay, so you guys know my Halloween sweater. I did not rip that out either. That was the one thing. So I really love those doodle patterns, and I love them a lot. They're really fun. So I bought the orange that I really wanted for my sweater for the autumn doodle cow. And I figure if I start it now, it's probably going to be done by Halloween. So it's my goal to get that done. I'm pretty excited about that. She had some alternate pattern, like alternate charts that weren't in the pattern. So I bought them all. So there's like a winter version, and there is the Halloween version of the autumn doodle cow. That's a lot. It has little cats in it, and I have to tell you guys my cat story. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. So after I finish my Pierre on Sunday, I'm gonna start my autumn doodle cow.
That's fantastic.
Or the knit along that we're talking about doing. I'll probably start that knit along. This is very Valentine's Day. It'd be really cute to wear a hat with Valentine's Day. And then this is my Freckled Whimsy stock color of the month. This is my lucky yarn for St. Patrick's Day. You guys can kind of see I love this color. Greens and teals and gray and white. It's amazing. So yeah. But did I make socks? No, but that's okay.
I made socks.
Kristin made socks for me.
I did. And because I made socks, I wanted to take my sock knitting with me. And so I needed a project bag. And all the project bags I had, I was going to have to just like hold in my hand because, they're just the drawstring, the normal ones. And I didn't want to do that because I don't like holding things in my hand all the time when I go someplace. So I got on Etsy and I got myself a new project bag.
So cute.
And this is from the Airy Fairy bags on Etsy. And we'll put a link below. And these are handmade in the Ukraine.
Kristin, is this reversible?
No, because there are pockets inside.
Oh, there are pockets inside. It's so cute. There are pockets.
There's like, I think just on one side or on both sides. I think just on one side. But yeah, there's a couple pockets in here. So this is all handmade. It's really cute. They had a few different designs, and there's a lot of different other project bags, but I was really happy to be able to support things that are being made in Ukraine at the present time. And this actually does match my yarn. And I really love to be able to take this along. I don't have to have it in my hand. And it's small for socks because I didn't have really anything for socks because I don't make socks. Well, I didn't make socks.
No, you
do.
So
I'm very, very happy with this. Really, really like it. So that's very cute. So I didn't buy yarn, but I bought a bag.
Doesn't count.
I know.
It doesn't count.
Yarn diet only applies to yarn. Does not apply to other durable goods used in knitting.
Yeah, so I'm gonna finish my Pierre for the Super Bowl. That's gonna be my Super Bowl knitting. It's just gonna be Tom and I. So we're gonna cheer on Kansas City because we can't cheer for Philadelphia. I'm sorry. We're Cowboys fans.
I don't even know who's playing.
Oh, God. So then that will be... So on Sundays when we watch football, that's my Sunday knitting time. And that's when I would make socks. So now I do not have Sunday knitting time. We're going to have to find... Every year I struggle with this. Like, what do you watch on Sundays when there's no football? Because... What do you watch on Sundays when there's no football?
A lot of times on Sundays is when, my age is going to show. PBS has some really good shows on Masterpiece Theater. And so oftentimes my PBS shows are on Sunday nights.
Oh.
And I have a PBS passport, so if I can't watch it on Sunday, then I can catch up.
Oh, I didn't even know PBS had a streaming thing.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So
there's nothing wrong with that. I really love all the old British, like comedy shows they have. Like, Are You Being Served is my favorite, and the lady who's the bouquet, not bucket, Neighbors or whatever that show is. I love her so much.
So Call the Midwife is on there. Which is one of my favorite shows ever.
Yeah.
Love it. And it's supposed to be starting again pretty soon. And All Creatures Great and Small. They just showed in the fall. And I didn't even realize it, but found it on my PBS and streamed all the episodes. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's usually my Sunday evening.
I was a big Downton Abbey fan.
Oh, yeah, of course. When Downton Abbey was on. Yes.
So... Oh, I'll have to check that out. I'm into Grey's Anatomy, apparently. Who knew? And true crime documentaries. I've been, the big thing here, you guys were in North Carolina, are the Murdaugh trial situation. Yeah, so I've been listening to that while I'm working.
Oh, really?
And every now and then I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, like just out loud. I'll just be like, what? Like, oh my God, there's some crazy stuff. If you guys are not into that, that has definitely been did he hire someone to kill his family? Did he walk into somebody being mad? It's interesting. It's very interesting. So I listen to a lot of podcasts at work.
So Amy and I have decided to do another knit along. We like to do knit alongs together.
Yes, it keeps me motivated.
And this is a larger knit along put on by Nomadic Knits. It is her Lonely Hearts Club. And I'll put up a picture. And this is the hat that they're knitting this year as her knit along for Valentine's Day.
It's very cute.
It is very cute. It has just a little bit of color work according to her pre-pattern. The pattern isn't released yet, but her pre-pattern says there's only 5 rows that have actual color work. The rest of it is slip stitches. So that's right up my alley. She has a website and she has a Facebook page, and I'll put links to all of those. It's going to start this Monday, and I don't know how long it goes on, but it's a hat. So
hopefully not too long, because Valentine's Day is Tuesday.
Yeah, but it's the whole thought is that this is for people that aren't, gives you something to do during Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's true.
But we're going to stash bust. So it's going to be a stash buster.
Yep.
So once again, going to go shop into my stash. It's for DK weight or holding fingering together 2 strands. Yep. So either one will work fine with this pattern. And if you want to knit along with us, we'd love to hear about it and see pictures.
Put your comments. If you post your hat on Instagram, just put a link below so we can share it and tag us. So
we're I'm going to be on the Facebook group. We're going to see what other people are doing, and I think that it's a fun, quick knit, and it's really cute.
It is super cute.
So I'm looking forward to
it's like Valentine's
stash diving.
Yeah, it's like Valentine's Day without being too over the top.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that for our next knit along, and we're going to get the Pierre done, and we'll see what else. See what else.
Maybe I feel like my cast on itis is coming back.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm I don't have any whips in there, so maybe I will actually get that sweater.
I was working on some projects at home that hopefully maybe I'll get far enough along that will be worth bringing in and showing what we're doing.
Hopefully I'll have some finished objects.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I'll have lots of Mardi Gras stories, I'm sure.
Exciting.
And
yarn stories,
and yarn acquisitions from New Orleans. So
a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, you guys keep a lookout for me. All right.
Thank you for joining us. We hope that you had a good time. We enjoyed sharing our knits with you. If you would like the video and subscribe, that would be fantastic.
Just click the little button down there.
Leave any comments. We'd love to hear from you, good, bad, and indifferent. We'd love to hear what you're knitting, what's going on, and how are you celebrating Mardi Gras?
Yes. All right. Bye, you guys.
Bye.